Grace had 3 beautiful girls. Their father died when the girls were very young. Their names are Favour, Joy, and Victory. The girls were admired by everyone around them and well-mannered. Their mother, Grace, took up the responsibility of training the girls from primary to the university level. They had a neighbor, Margaret, who was very close to them. Although she had no child, she often visited Grace and helped her in washing clothes and on the farm. They were so close that the girls' Favour, Joy, and Victory trusted the woman. Although she was a neighbor, she was always advising the 3 girls and telling them stories. The girls grew up to be very hardworking. Years later, thanks to their mother's effort to send them to the university, Favour and Joy graduated from school and became very successful and independent. They were the first to leave the village to the city. Favour, the first girl, got married, and so did the second girl, Joy, after 2 years. They were happily married and doing well. Grace, their mother, was left with the last girl, Victory, who was still unmarried. One day, Grace came back from the farm. She was tired and she wanted to rest first before cooking. As she sat leaning on the chair, she fell asleep and had a dream. In that dream, she saw her late husband. He visited and warned her to be careful of their neighbor, Margaret's food and her smiles. When she woke up, she thought about the dream and concluded that Margaret is not a bad person, as they have related and shared things in common for years now. "It was just a dream," she said, "and my husband should rest in peace wherever he is because we are fine here." She never believed that Margaret could hurt them. 3 weeks later, after Victory, the last girl, graduated from the university, she got a job at the bank and traveled, leaving her mother alone with their neighbor, Margaret. Grace often visited her children in the city, especially Victory, the last child. She was very successful and beautiful, yet still unmarried. No man had ever approached her for marriage or friendship before. In a fellowship, one day, Victory prayed and cried to God for a marriage partner, and in the fellowship, the pastor had preached on demonic oppressions. She had learned that delay was one of the signs of demonic oppression. As she went home that night, she had a dream and saw her mother holding her menstrual pad full of blood, staring at her in anger. She woke up and saw that it was a dream and her mother was sleeping next to her in peace. The next morning, period started, and in the afternoon, she took her bath and changed her pad and put it in the dustbin. In the evening, she had a great push in her mind to go and check the pad she threw inside the dustbin earlier. She was surprised that the pad was no longer there. "No one is living in this compound with me except for my mother, who would have taken the pad in the dustbin," she said. She then decided to confront her mother and told her that she would take her to a place to swear. She insisted that her mom should dress up immediately because she is taking her somewhere to swear before an oracle. Grace knew that she had been caught, so she pleaded with her daughter and told her that she had been squeezing and drinking the blood from her pads every month to prevent her from getting married as she had promised her leader. Victory asked which leader. Then she called her sisters and they came over to her house after hearing the situation. Their mother confessed to being the cause of Favour's childlessness and Joy's marital problems. Grace narrated the story of how she was bewitched by her neighbor, Margaret, to enable her to destroy her children out of jealousy. After the confession, the girls were disappointed and sad, but they organized deliverance for their mom, Grace, with an anointed man of God. But before they could go to the village to confront their wicked neighbor, who pretended to be a friend, she was gone. She packed all her things and relocated to another village. Everything finally went back to normal. Victory finally got married, Favour and her family welcomed their first child, and Joy's marital home was now at peace. The girls relocated their mother to the city and Joy filled the air at last. Moral lesson: we should always be careful with the people around us, especially the ones coming close to us.